Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
All the lives today. Well, all the lives except one,
Yeah.
right? No X
All of them.
today. But
No
we're doing
X.
the YouTube. We're doing the Instagram. We're doing the Facebook. We're doing the LinkedIn.
Yeah, and LinkedIn.
So,
We're X.
sweet.
We're X in the X.
We're X in the X. We don't need you right now. Maybe later. Right now,
Yeah.
no.
Well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. This is the Animation Mentor monthly live stream, and just got confirmation we are live on Instagram as well.
Ooh.
Their process is a little different, but we are here nonetheless.
Coolio.
And my name is Mars. I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor, and my buddy there, not the dog.
Yeah, I'm Tim. I'm also a student success coach, and that little scrub walking through here is Hefe.
Hey, welcome. I've got a cat wandering around here somewhere. Cadillac. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. We're tuning in here from various places in the U.S. And just to give you a brief overview on what Animation Mentor is, we know there's people kind of jumping in right now, but some of you may already know, but Animation Mentor is an online animation school. We specialize in 3D character animation training, and we've got a first timer that just jumped in, M. Danzilla. Thanks for jumping in here on YouTube. Glad to have you here. And Tim, where are you at?
Well, I'm from California, born and raised. However,
me too.
I moved to a spot called the Natural State, Arkansas.
So natural.
Right? Fayetteville, Arkansas is where I currently live right now. It's very humid.
Nice.
Over here, a little different.
I was going to ask how it was.
You know what I did is I swapped earthquakes for tornadoes.
Nice. Yeah, well, pretty much the same. We had a couple of them last week. There was actually 4 in our area up here in Neo, which is also known as Northeast Ohio. John Kwasny, Pete Roby jumping in.
Checking in. Hey.
Welcome.
Oh, geez.
Yes. We're classics now.
Yeah, they are classics. Relics.
Relics. Classics. Well, cool. Well, this live stream is for you. We do it every month. It's for you, Tim. I do this for you.
I appreciate it.
Peace, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah. I said classics. He said relics.
I know. I'm probably older than Pete anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But yeah, this live stream is for you. Oh wow, we've got a comment here from Kit Kat Creates. No way, I live in Bentonville, Arkansas.
What?
Yep.
Bentonville, home of Walmart. Corporate Walmart is out there. I love Bentonville. Make the visit over there often. Go to Crystal Bridges Museum, which is beautiful. Just saying.
Nice.
It's all for Tim. That's right, John.
That's right. But it is for you, our viewers here. We got 15 of them right now. Hopefully, we'll have some more folks jumping in soon.
Come on in.
But yeah, come on in. The door's wide open.
Plenty of room.
Here. Yeah, there's plenty of room for all of us here on the internet. And we're here to answer questions about Animation Mentor. What is the school all about? How does this work? Is this a scam?
Yeah.
Or is this legit?
What are these guys doing?
We get a lot of interesting questions about the school. I wanted to join, but I couldn't attend the Maya program from Instagram. I'm not quite sure. Miapoathalia. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a cool name. I was looking at that on my watch, by the way. That's where it was like popping up.
Oh, cool. It says we got 40 people joining from Instagram, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, just to clarify too, because we've been having some free workshops, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. Yeah. This is a little bit different than that. This is not going to be one of those free webinars, but we do have those, and I'll be posting or putting up a QR code for those a little bit later. But yeah, if you have any questions about what we are, who we are, what we do,
why we do it,
and when we do it,
where am I?
Is this real life?
Yeah, all those things. Hey, look at that, Nicole Hare checking in, which are awesome. She meant the webinars because she hosted one that was wildly popular.
It was
all
really
about
good.
An introduction to Maya. Super
awesome.
useful information.
Yep.
So that was really awesome. Welcome, Nicole.
So we got a question from Instagram already here. First one of our stream, Folded Up, asks, what are your prices and are they affordable? Tim, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I do actually. So prices vary, right, depending on what you're looking at getting into. We've got a bunch of different workshops with different, time lengths and prices that kind of go along with them. And then there's our main character animation courses and our game animation courses, which are 12 weeks. So those courses are a little bit different. Those guys, there are payment plans available for those. But if you're looking to learn Maya, we have our Maya workshop for $6.99, 6-week workshop. You'll be able to get a student license, use the license service. You don't have to purchase the software. We've got different like storyboarding workshop and previs and viz dev and digital painting, and there's a lot of different workshops. The majority of our 6-week workshops have a cost of $8.99 for the 6-week courses or the 6-week workshops. So if you're looking at being a character animator, though, those are the ones that you do have to sort of put into a payment plan. Possibly you have to submit an application. Maybe we could pop a link in there for some of our payment plan options if that is something we can do.
I don't have one ready to go, but maybe Cam could help us out with that.
Somebody behind the curtain.
Cameron Pratt's here with us.
We love him.
He is a huge help. So
from Greater Manitoba, Canada.
The greater, not the lesser.
Not the lesser at all. But yeah, prices are pretty affordable, especially when you're learning from people like Nicole Hare, who is senior animator over at Netflix Animation. She knows a couple things.
A couple things
here and there. You've probably seen most of the stuff that she's done in her career. You've probably watched movies that she's worked on.
Lion King.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, right. Cool. Well, thanks for that, Tim. That was super helpful. And please check out our website. If you need more information, just go to animationmentor.com. That's where you're going to find out a lot of details about our classes, including tuition prices. And like Tim was saying, compared to like 2- and 4-year art colleges, Animation Mentor is a fraction of the cost. Plus, you're getting to learn from pros in the industry. As a matter of fact, on Instagram, a gentleman by the name of bularabello.animator just checked in. He said it's the school that I wish was around in my time.
Boom.
Hi, Mars and Tim.
Yeah. Spider-Man video game backpack. Bula.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Remember that?
Right. That's right.
Bula.
Cool. We've got looks like f.low_raul, maybe floral.
Cool.
On Instagram is saying, I am majoring in biology in Korea. However, I want to work as an animator in the United States or Canada. What should I do to receive a scholarship to study animation abroad? Well, good question. I think, first of all, Animation Mentor is an entirely online school. So we don't actually have a physical campus. We've been entirely online since 2005. And if you do the math, that's almost 20 years, pretty close. It's a lot of years. We're entirely online. And we actually have students in South Korea. So you could actually join, from anywhere, really, as long as you have a reliable internet connection and a computer that'll run the Maya software, you could join there. In terms of receiving scholarships, that's something that you would have to kind of look into on your own. But you should, if you're interested in attending, you should definitely contact us because we have, we may have some discounts and promo codes available. So please feel free to reach out. You can DM us on Instagram as well.
Cool. I see him here.
Cool. Another question. Curtis Alexander Carmichael on Insta is asking, are there any courses for screenwriting? So not at the moment. We're always looking to expand our courses. We specialize in 3D character animation for feature film, games, creature animation, and a lot of those additional workshops. Please check out our website. It lists all of the courses, animationmentor.com.
Cool. Good call.
Cool. Another one here, Khorshid Motion from Insta is asking, I have a question. To find a good job as a 3D artist, how many things do I need to know? I don't know if that's a really black and white question where we can just tell you how many things you need to know.
A lot. At least 12 for sure, right?
At least 12. At least all of the principles, at least. And 3D artist is a little bit vague too. There's, and So, I mean, what's your recommendation, Tim, for somebody that's kind of looking to
Yeah.
work in the industry? What do you
Yeah,
recommend? What do you
I think
advise?
I think I would try to figure out what is that part of the 3D industry you want to be in. Do you
Right,
want to go
right.
into character design? Do you want to do previs? Do you want to do storyboarding? Do you want to animate? You know,
Animation, right?
I mean, do you want to rig? Do you want to do lighting? Or what I mean? So you're gonna at some point have to sort of pick a destination, right? And specialize in one of those. You can be a generalist in the industry. I don't think there's as many studios that are looking a lot for generalists that are out there. I know that back in the day that was something that they really look for because they could get you to do like a bunch of different things, right? But now I think the level of animation is so elite that they're looking for people that are either specialists in rigging, specialists in character design, specialists in animation instead of just kind of dabbling. So,
Yeah,
but if you don't know what direction you want to head down, looking into like a variety of workshops that we offer might
right.
help you with the destination, right? So maybe you could
Exactly.
take our storyboarding workshop or digital painting or take the Maya workshop
The
to see
Maya
how much you
workshop.
really
Yeah,
really like animation. So I think taking, or like we call a la carte, right? Taking a class here and there, I think it might help you. So
yeah,
I'd recommend diving into that and maybe try to find your true calling by taking
yeah.
workshops one at a time.
Exactly. Yeah, the workshops. I think those kind of like college electives.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
Yeah.
those are.
Good call.
We got a ton of questions coming in from Insta, so I'm going to keep on going.
Cool.
So we've got Sky Towards Me asking, how can I make a high quality like Disney and Pixar, Maya or Blender, which is the best to learn?
Yeah.
So, first of all, I always like to remind students, if you've ever seen the credits at the end of a Disney or Pixar movie, there's a lot of people that it takes. And so that's even talking about, choosing which area you want to be in, that kind of comes into play as well. So, usually it's not one person that's creating characters and developing these rigs and actually rigging them and animating them and doing lighting and visual effects. This requires teams of people. So, I think to Tim's advice earlier, I think it's good to choose an area to focus in. Like I've been using this sort of phrase that I heard: go deep, not wide. Really, choose an area, really learn it at a very, very deep level. And I like to use music analogies quite a bit too. One person, can you play all of the instruments in a band or a symphony to create a masterpiece? It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Not that it can't be done. There's a
Plus your
couple
Prince.
I was going to say there's a couple Stevie Wonder records out there where he does all of the instruments,
Yeah.
which is really impressive. Not to say that it can't be done, and I wouldn't discourage anyone from, find if their true calling is in multiple areas. That's totally fine. But then, Maya or Blender, which is the best to learn? These are different tools. And another analogy I like to use is kind of like a hand drill, or a power drill. Once you learn how to use a power drill, does it matter if it's a Makita or a DeWalt or what brand? Once you learn how to animate, once you learn the 12 principles of animation and body mechanics and acting, you should be able to do that in Maya or Blender. But to clarify, we are a Maya school, so we do use and teach Maya here.
Yeah. Got one here from Juan too. Juan, I'm Latin American. Can I apply to the online school?
Cool.
Most certainly you can.
Absolutely.
No matter where you are in the world, and we do have students from around the world that are taking our courses with us. Submitting an application is something that everybody should do. If they're trying to be character animators, if they're trying to be, game animators, applying to the schools, your first step. And then once you submit an application to us, Mars and I review all the applications that come through. Excuse me. You did it too. Right? Yeah. Timing. Yeah. So once you've applied to the school, Mars and I will review your application and kind of determine, well, looking at your application, maybe you should start in Maya to begin with and then take animation basics afterwards. So Mars and I will work with you throughout this entire process. So Juan, if you decide that you do want to apply to school, we'd love to have your application come in. Next class starts September 23rd.
Yep. Sure is. And you're not alone. We got a lot of students from Chile, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil. A lot of students from Brazil.
A lot of from Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not alone. You're in good company, and we love our Latin American students for sure. Tanvi from YouTube, I can actually post this one here.
Yep.
If my show reel is ready, I polished it a second time. So should I work on it more, or move forward to show reel number 2? That's a good question. I think it kind of depends on, polishing a second time, that may not be enough. Sometimes you got to polish things a handful of times, and where how do you do that? Polishing your demo reel, I think that comes back or comes down to getting feedback from a professional who's working in the industry. If you're polishing on your own and you're not really getting that feedback, um, it can be difficult to know what your level is. And so, I think that's where we come in. That's constantly what we're doing is our mentors, like Nicole Hare and Bula and all the various mentors that we have, they're providing feedback to students on a weekly basis. So to really get that high quality feedback on your demo reel is crucial, if you want to work in the industry, because, they our mentors are working in the industry. They know what that standard is, and we're helping students achieve that standard. So I don't know if it's just, working or polishing a second time is always, going to be enough.
Yeah. And there's a few here, and we can power through some of these, right, and kind of like tear through them, right? Can you tell us about AI, how much it's impacted animation? Honestly, I don't think it's had a negative impact at all, as a matter of fact, and we have to kind of figure out a way to work with it and not try to like work against it. And so if you're willing to do that and sort of learn everything that you can about it, it's going to benefit you in the long run. So I don't think it has a negative impact whatsoever on the animation industry. Lou says, I'm studying animation here in the UK and was wondering if you guys had any example of UK-based animators you've seen to go on and get jobs after your mentoring. I know for sure that because there's studios out there like Frame Store and places like that we have graduates that are working at, and actually mentors that are working there. And so that is so there's a lot of that we do have. So if you're in the UK plus 44, right, you got a lot of UK students that go through, and a lot of UK alum that have come through AM as well. Fold it up. Are your classes recorded so I can look back in case I missed something? Well, there's the training tab, right? But then there's the live Q&A, which is what? It's vital to attend the live Q&A, because we don't record the live Q&A. So we urge you to attend as many of those as you can possibly, because who doesn't want to hear everything that Bula has to say? Who doesn't want to hear what Nicole has to say? So that was powering through some of them real quick to try to chip away.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we got a lot of questions coming in
from
Instagram. So how much time for a professional needs for 5 minutes of character animation?
That's huge.
What is a goal? So what I've heard from, I've talked to people like Drew Adams over at DreamWorks. What he told me was 3 to 5 seconds per week is kind of what a standard professional quota of animation. So 3 to 5 seconds of animation per week. So that's you can kind of do the math on that. It's going to be, it could take quite a bit of time, and that's again, for a team of people. So it kind of depends on what you're working on. But if you're just doing character animation, that could take, 5 minutes, could take, several months.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
What do you want to go to?
Let's see what else we got here.
Well, Animtree is knowing how to draw a must if you want to become an animator nowadays? Not at all, actually. And so in many cases, I see students on a student campus that are asked to draw a variety of different poses, like, Mars, give me 6 poses of a character demonstrating strength. Well, I don't need it to be like a perfectly drawn out character. If you can demonstrate that with a stick figure, then that's totally cool, because then Maya is going to kind of, once you learn Maya, it's going to do the rest. So if you can do a stick figure, you can animate.
Yep. Awesome. Cool. Wow. These questions just keep flying in from Instagram. Let's keep on going, I guess. Floral, I'm willing to take an animation mentor class. Can I get a job in an animation company like Disney or Pixar just by taking an animation mentor class? Is there a real case? Good question. It sounds like you're referring to a singular class. That's not going to be enough. And I'll be honest, I like to be really straightforward with students. I'm not going to promise that if you go through the full 18-month program with us at Animation Mentor, you're going to get a job at Disney or Pixar right away. Most graduates tend to get jobs at sort of the smaller to medium-sized studio after graduation first. A lot of big studios like that like to see some production content on your demo reels. Something that you've worked on that's maybe a TV show or a series or a video game or something like that. So We'll definitely help you build your skills to a very high level so that you are able to get a job after graduation. And again, we're talking about the 18-month program, not just a single class.
Yeah, for sure. And then who else did we have here? Oh, is it Belizo? I have a
Yep.
question about being an animator. I'm studying animation and I hope to enter the market soon. How does it work inside the studios? Do you need to keep applying every beginning of project? Well, I can tell you this, in being a student here at Animation Mentor, I think that our campus and the way that it's structured, we try to mirror as much of the industry as we can because you're working with people that are currently working in the industry. So that's super helpful. We have a variety of different dailies, which your dailies are going to be part of your life as an animator. And so we prepare you for that by having these other opportunities for revisions on your work and feedback and things like that by attending daily. So it's going to mimic it quite a bit, as a matter of fact. But do you need to apply at the beginning of each project? That part I'm not really I'm not sure what that actually means on that, but if you could clarify, I could give you an answer on that. But I'm not sure what that one actually means.
Maybe they're talking about more of like contract work versus being a full-time employee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Eric would it be? Any conventions you
Man.
recommend for networking? That's a good one. CTN's a great conference, happens every year in the fall. And then another big one that's really popping up on the scene has been Lightbox.
Yeah, Lightbox.
Yeah, so those are a couple that are good.
I've got one I'm going to be at too.
Oh yeah, talk about that one.
September 14th, I'm going to be in Dallas, Texas for a convention called Industry Giants. And so I'll be out there on that day with our table. We're going to have Paul Allen out there hanging out with us, doing some real reviews. So whoever that was in Bentonville that chimed in earlier, if you want to come out to Texas and hang out, come on out and visit with us and see what's going on out there at Industry Giants. Should be pretty cool. Pete Roby knows about it too.
Yeah, that's Kit Kat Creates. Was in Bentonville.
Kit Kat Creates. I like that.
Kit Kat Creates. Yes.
Hard to say a bunch of times.
It is. Let's see. So, John, I do see your question here, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So, yes, we will talk about that in a second. I'm going to
have a QR for that.
Yeah, we do. So a couple of things here. Floral from Instagram. Can I get a visa by taking an animation mentor class? No. Again, we're entirely online school, so you don't need to go anywhere. You can attend classes from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, cool. Corshid Motion, do you have any class related to motion graphics? I mean, 2D and 3D. Yeah, we're not really a motion graphics school. We teach you 3D character animation, character movement. If you want to master movement, this is definitely the place you want to come to do that. Nothing in the way of motion for graphics, anyway.
Yeah, let me. I'm going to throw a QR code since I'm thinking about it. If you really want to take a look and see, what is the type of animation that we kind of specialize in teaching, take a look at our most recent student showcase. Go ahead and scan that QR code or screenshot it if you're on your phone. And take a look because that really gives a really good example of what to expect.
Yeah.
TF Anoop is asking, what do I include in a demo reel? I mean, what makes a demo reel complete? That's a good question. So, I mean, walk cycles, body mechanic shots and acting shots are going to be good. And it depends, are you a character animator? Are you doing this more for feature film? Are you doing it for games? Are you doing creature animation? So there's a few different areas that you can kind of focus in on, even within, 3D character animation, a couple specialty areas, or you can have multiple as well, but, showcasing your strengths, what are your best shots? That's what you want to put on your demo reel.
Yeah. Don't make it too long.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
1 to 2 minutes, right? And the sweet spot seems to be about a minute, minute and a half. Doesn't need to be too long.
Yeah. Mar 0880, do you have advice for animators who struggle with practicing? Yeah, that's a tough one because you have to continually practice. Animators are constantly reinventing themselves. And so, you have to continually work on your stuff. Find people that are also into animation that you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. Get out and people watch, right? Get inspired by things. Maybe watch movies. It's your excuse to watch movies to get re-inspired on things and get you back in there. So you have to keep practicing with it. And I know it can be a struggle in doing that. And what do they say? 10,000 hours, right? But it's hard
Oh yeah,
to do
yeah,
that kind of stuff, to be, to be that level of animation. But all the animators I know, they're putting in so much time, and they're working hard and practicing. And I do find that with the student campus and the way that it's set up with us, I think it's a little bit easier to practice because you're in the campus with like-minded people in a community of
yeah,
artists and animators that will be there to sort of support you and lift you up when you're not feeling like practicing for whatever reason. So that's part of the
yeah.
cool thing about the community.
Yeah, I always, just one little comment on that too. I kind of think of, practicing as, going to a gym. It's kind of hard to just motivate yourself to go to the gym
Yeah,
every time and have the right things to work on. But if you have a personal trainer, now you've got accountability. You're like, oh, my personal trainer is waiting for me. I got to get to
can't
the
let them
gym.
down.
Right. So it's kind of the same thing
Show
here.
up.
Once you're in a program,
Yeah.
your mentor is your animation personal trainer in a way, and you really can stay on track when you've got assignments to work on every week. That can be really helpful in
Yeah.
building your skills for sure.
I think that answered IUAK. I think that probably answered their
Yeah.
question too.
Perfect.
Folded up. I really want to make my own animated short film. What computer and courses should I learn? Yeah, that's a tough one, because if you're trying to make your own animated short film, you're going to need an army of individuals to help you out. You're going to need character, designers, concept artists, modelers, riggers, shaders. There's a lot that goes into that. And so maybe trying to figure out, well, what part of the film can I actually make? So it's going to take a lot more information that we could provide you, in that we would need another hour to give you all of the resources that you would need to make your own short film. But if you do want to have that conversation with us, we can definitely do that. We can talk with you offline about how it actually works. And that's why we see all the names at the ending credits of these movies, because it takes so many people to make these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, let's take a break from the onslaught of Insta questions. Thank you, everybody from Instagram. We appreciate all of that. But I want to jump over to John Kwasny's question about
Talking turkey.
upcoming, free Unreal Engine workshop. So this is going to be an awesome workshop. We're going to be talking about the basics of Unreal Engine, and talk about the different animation tools. How to really get started with the game engine, and just kind of an overview. We're not going to go in super deep. It's only going to be an hour long, but Ethan Hurt's going to cover quite a bit in that. And for those of you that don't know, this is something kind of new that we've been doing. We've definitely done a handful of these so far. But we've been having, webinars, free workshops. We just did one with Nicole Hare last week on Maya, and this is another free one that we're doing, unlocking the Unreal Engine. So if you're interested in being a game animator, which is another 18-month program that we have here, start by taking this free workshop. Doesn't cost anything. All you got to do is scan that QR code. It'll take you right to the webinar sign-up page, and it's coming up. Oh, let me give you some information about when it actually is. So Wednesday, August 28th, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Those are U.S. time zones. If you're out of the United States, make sure that you are doing the time conversion for your country. Yep. And this will be recorded and posted to our blog site later as well.
Yep. Very cool. Should be a lot of fun.
I'll leave that up for a little bit.
Very cool.
Cool. What else, Tim? You want to grab another Instagram question?
Yeah, we did have a couple here, and I powered through them pretty good too, right here, right? Cool. and current industry techniques, right? How do you stay updated with the latest trends, techniques in 3D animation? It's by having our mentors teach you, because these guys, yep. They're getting done working at the studio, and then they jump into the student campus and teach a group of students how to do what they've been doing all day. And so that's how you can stay on top of that. Now, Latoya asked, is it important to have an art degree to find a job? Yeah, it's cool to have, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's the demo reel. Yeah. The demo reel is the first thing they're going to look at, without a doubt. They're not going to ask, hey, show me your degree. Show me your work. That's what I want to see first and foremost, and then we can maybe have that further discussion. Is that Miapau?
That's I couldn't say it.
I can't attend the fall term. Do I have to apply again to attend another term? No. If you've already applied to the fall term and been accepted, as long as you communicate with Mars and I to say, yeah, I can't make the fall term because of this reason, we'll defer your application to the winter term that would be starting the week of January 6th. So that's not a problem. It happens because sometimes life happens and we have to adapt.
Cool. Cool. So let's see what else here. I meant, is it a full-time job? I think, does that one also?
That was the one that
Oh, that's
that
on
was.
YouTube as well. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Got it. So you got,
But I'm not sure. I think that Cam answered it
yep,
over on
I
the
think he
other
did.
side over there, as a matter of fact. So, but Prashant, yeah, game industry, what type of animation is used most? Yeah, so motion capture is something that you'll actually learn motion capture cleanup in our game animation program. That's
Yeah,
something,
that class 4
yeah,
and 5, I think.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. So you'll be taught that in there as well. Flora, thank you for answering such a long question earlier. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Chemist is asking, what is the yearly fee? What is the job opportunity after graduation? Great question. We did,
Cool.
feel free to scroll back into to listen to some of the things. We did talk a little bit about pricing already. It does vary by course. We have courses as low as $6.99 for our 6-week workshops, and the full 12-week courses are about $24.99, $2,499 US dollars per course. Those ones are eligible to be paid in installments as well. And job opportunities are awesome for our graduates.
Yeah.
They're building professional level demo reels. They're applying to studios. They're getting hired as junior character animators and character animators. So the job opportunity is very good. You're learning from pros. You're networking from networking with amazing artists. So it's definitely great job opportunities for sure.
Can we post Romans on there real quick?
Yeah,
It's on there.
absolutely.
Yeah. So Roman asks, are students that are new to Animation Mentor but have practiced animation for years able to enroll in advanced courses, or does everyone begin at Animation Mentor with the level 1 course? Not at all, Roman. So for students that have applied to our school, you can apply for advanced placement. You check the little box when you fill out your application. You're going to add your demo reel to that. So once you've added your demo reel, Mars and I'll take a look at it and make sure everything is cool with the reel, and then we'll send that over to one of our mentors. They'll review the reel. They'll come back with review notes about what they saw with your reel, and then based upon that, they will also tell you which course you are approved to start off with, because we don't want you sitting in animation basics if you're doing dragons flying around and picking people. You know what I mean? We want to put you in a course that's matched up for you, which with regards to application, because there's a QR that Mars threw down there. When you apply to our school, they're going to ask you to fill out a general form, name, address, email, all that kind of stuff. They're going to ask you also for your level of Maya knowledge, right?
Yep,
So we've got none, below average, average, good, and excellent. The unicorn, excellent, right? On there. So mark that box if you've used Maya before. Then it's going to ask you to write an essay on why you want to become an animator, right?
Tell us about the essay.
Man, I'll tell you what, that essay is important because Mars and I love reading essays. Animation's all about what? Storytelling. So we want to read your story on why this stuff is important to you and why you want to do this. If you can, don't call Chad GPT to help write your essay. Write it from your heart, right? And that's what we want to see. We'll reach out to you. Individuality. Mars and I'll reach out to you personally. We'll call you. We'll set up a Zoom appointment. We'll talk with you, walk you through the campus, let you see how it all works. And once you've been accepted, then you can register for your class and get started learning animation with us.
Cool. So yeah, we are accepting applications right now for both the fall term and the winter term. If you have Maya experience already, and I mean comfortable animating with Maya, like what the graph editor is, how to set keyframes, things like that, you can go ahead and apply for the fall term. If you're not quite ready or comfortable with Maya yet, then we recommend applying for the winter 2025 term that starts in January, and then you'll have a couple of opportunities to take that 6-week Maya workshop before the winter term begins.
Yep.
Whew. You guys,
that's a lot.
Awesome. It's a lot, right? We didn't have a ton of viewers today, but that's okay. People can watch this later. It's going to be posted to all our social media channels. But thank you. Some really great questions coming in from Instagram for some reason in particular.
A lot of them. And top 10, we love noobs. Come on in.
Absolutely. You do not need to have previous experience. So lots of ways to get a hold of us. If we missed your question, we want to answer it. So please reach out to us. Like I said, lots of different ways to get a hold of us. First of all, follow us on all the channels. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn at Animation Mentor there. You can call us or text us at 877-426-3628. If you prefer email, you can email us at admissions@animationmentor.com. That goes right to me and Tim. So yeah, thank you again, Tim. Man, you powered through some of those Insta questions. You were on fire.
I was trying to, and I was trying to, because I know you're reading from one side and going to the other. I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do to like power through. So apologize if I gave you guys like quick hitter answers and stuff like that, So I know.
And, yeah, we had a lot, but that's what this live stream is for. We're answering quick questions. We definitely do want to take more time with you. If you are seriously interested in signing up, let's set up a time to chat. That's what Tim and I do. Is we set up time with students. We show you around the campus, like everything Tim said. So thanks again for everyone that attended. We hope to see you next month. Feel free to join us again and sign up for that Unreal workshop. I think that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. All right, take care, everyone.
Cool. Bye, guys.